She shouted, "You're a useless loser." During an argument in front of her friends, I responded, "You know what? You're right." Then I stopped being her loser. What her friends told her after I left the gathering. Original post. I'm a 36-year-old man sitting in my new apartment, surrounded by boxes, feeling surprisingly calm. 3 weeks ago, my girlfriend Natalie, 34, embarrassed me in front of 30 people at her birthday celebration. Now she's trying to piece together the remnants of her life, while I'm starting fresh. We've been together for 4 years and lived together for 2. I worked as an HVAC technician, not glamorous, but it paid well and was honest work. She worked in marketing for a cosmetics firm, always discussing brand image and networking opportunities. The party was at our place. Well, technically mine since I paid the rent, but whatever. Her work friends, college friends, and some influencer types she was trying to impress filled the room. I'd spent the entire day setting up decorations, catering, and hiring a bartender. I dropped a good amount on her intimate gathering. Everything was fine until around 10 p.m. I was in the kitchen getting more ice when I heard her friend Megan ask about vacation plans. Natalie replied, "Oh, we're not going anywhere. Brian can't afford it right now." I stepped out and said, "Actually, I suggested camping at the state park. You said you wanted Cabo." She rolled her eyes. "Camping? Seriously? That's your idea of vacation." Her friends laughed. I should have walked away, but I said, "It's what we can afford if you want to keep your BMW lease." That's when she snapped. Glass of wine in hand, dressed in designer clothes, surrounded by her audience, she exclaimed, "God, you're such a worthless loser. Look at you. You fix air conditioners for a living. Do you know how embarrassing it is when people ask what my boyfriend does? These people have real careers. Megan's dating a surgeon. Kelly's husband owns 3 restaurants. And I have to admit, I'm dating a glorified maintenance man." The room fell silent. All 30 pairs of eyes on me. She kept going. "For years, Brian, for years I've waited for you to do something with your life. But no, you're content being mediocre. Playing video games, drinking beer with your loser friends. Zero ambition. You're dragging me down." I felt something inside me snap. Not heartbreak, more like chains breaking. "You know what?" I said quietly. "You're absolutely right." She blinked, surprised. "What?" "You're right. I am a worthless loser to you." I walked to the bedroom, grabbed my phone, wallet, and keys. "Where are you going?" she called after me. "To stop being your loser." I left, and behind me, I heard her shout, "Don't be dramatic. Brian, Brian." I didn't look back. Update 1. I spent that night at my buddy Trevor's place. He didn't ask questions, just handed me a beer and set up the couch for me. I woke up Sunday morning to 62 missed calls and a flood of texts from Natalie. "Baby, come home." I was drunk. I didn't mean it. "We need to talk. This is stupid. You're overreacting. Answer your phone. You can't just leave me." Then the tone shifted. "You abandoned me at my own party. You humiliated me. Everyone thinks you're abusive now. My friends are worried. You need help." I replied once, "You're right. I was a worthless loser. I'm working on that. Your things will be packed by Friday. Get them by Sunday or they'll go to Goodwill." She called immediately, but I didn't answer. Monday morning, I did something I've been considering for 2 years. I applied for the business license I had been too afraid to pursue. You see, Natalie always said that starting my own HVAC company was too risky and not the right time. What she really meant was that it wasn't impressive enough for her Instagram. By Wednesday, I'd filed for an LLC, set up business banking, designed a basic logo and business cards, and reached out to 10 former clients who had asked if I did side work. On Thursday, Natalie showed up at Trevor's. "We need to talk." "No, we don't." "Brian, please." "I'm sorry. I was showing off. You know how those people are." "Yeah, I do now." She tried to cry. "For years, and you're throwing them away over one bad night." "No, I'm walking away from 4 years of you being ashamed of me." I wasn't ashamed. I just wanted more for us. "For you? You wanted more for you." She switched tactics. Fine, but you can't kick me out. I have rights. What rights? Your name isn't on the lease. I've lived there for 2 years. As my guest, legally you have no claim. I checked. Her face turned red. You can't be serious. Your stuff is in boxes by the door. Brittany has a key. Brittany was our neighbor. Where am I supposed to go? I hear Megan's surgeon boyfriend has a nice place. Update 2. That weekend was eventful. Natalie brought reinforcements. Her mom Diane, her sister Ashley, and 3 friends, including the infamous Megan. They arrived Saturday afternoon, presumably to collect her belongings and stage an intervention. Diane knocked on the door. I answered. Brian, this is ridiculous. Couples fight. You don't end a relationship over one argument. It wasn't an argument. It was her showing me who she really is. Ashley chimed in. She was drunk. People say things they don't mean. Drunk words are sober thoughts. I replied. Megan, the surgeon's girlfriend, decided to add her 2 cents. You're being really immature about this. Natalie deserves better. I actually laughed. You're right again. She does deserve better than a worthless loser. So, I'm giving her the chance to find it. They gathered the boxes while Natalie oversaw, making sure to point out everything I had stolen from her. That's my coffee maker that you bought with my credit card. Sure, take it. The TV is mine. Here's the receipt from Best Buy. My name, my card. Nice try. She got desperate. Half this furniture is mine. You mean the furniture I bought before we met? Interesting legal theory. As they were leaving, she played her last card. I'm pregnant. Everyone froze. Even her mom looked shocked. No, you're not, I said calmly. How would you know? Because you had your period last week, unless you're claiming immaculate conception. Her friends exchanged glances. She had been caught in a lie. Also, I continued, you might want to check your math. You were at that work conference in Miami 3 weeks ago, remember? Her face went pale. Yeah, I knew about Miami and who she shared a room with. Update 3. On Monday morning, the real games began. I received a call from my boss at the HVAC company. Brian, I just got a troubling email about you. Some allegations of theft. My stomach sank. What? Someone claiming to be a concerned citizen says you've been stealing equipment and selling it on the side. That's completely false. I know. I checked inventory myself. Everything's accounted for. Just wanted you to know someone's trying to cause trouble. Then came the online attack. Natalie posted on every platform. After 4 years, he abandons me out of nowhere. No explanation, no conversation. Just throws me out of my home. Ladies, this is what happens when you date down. They resent your success and punish you for their inadequacy. The comments were divided. Half supported her, while half saw through the BS. But then something beautiful happened. Remember those 30 people at the party? Turns out 5 of them had filmed her tirade. By Tuesday, the videos were circulating. There was Natalie, wine drunk and vicious, calling me a worthless loser while I stood there quietly. Then me, calmly saying she was right and leaving with dignity. The narrative flipped instantly. Her friend Kelly, the restaurant owner's wife, commented, Natalie, we all saw what happened. This is gaslighting. Another party guest added, You humiliated him in front of everyone. He handled it with class. The best comment came from someone named Derek. Imagine being called worthless by someone driving a leased BMW she can't afford while living rent-free in his apartment. The audacity. Natalie deleted the post, but by then, screenshots were already spreading. Update 4. 2 weeks after the party, things escalated in ways I didn't expect. First, the apartment. Natalie tried to break in Tuesday night. The locks had been legally changed after she moved out, but she kept trying her old key and then started pounding on the door. I know you're in there. This is my home, too. I called the cops, showed them the lease with my name only, proof she had moved out, and her current address at her mom's. They asked her to leave. She made a scene. They threatened to arrest her. She left. On Wednesday, I received a letter from a lawyer. She was demanding $15,000 for unlawful eviction, $8,000 for emotional distress, half the value of everything in the apartment, and 2 years of retroactive rent credit for the rent she hadn't paid. My lawyer, Trevor's cousin, did it for beer money and laughed. She literally has no case. She was a guest. She paid no rent. She has no claim to anything. This is desperation. He sent back a single-page response. My client declines or demands. Any further contact should be directed through counsel. P.S. We have video evidence of your client's verbal abuse and defamation. On Thursday, Natalie's company called me. HR wanted to know if I'd be willing to discuss an incident involving one of their employees. Those party videos had reached her workplace. Her boss saw her drunk, belligerent, and classist, talking about networking at what was clearly a party I had financed, while she berated me for being working class. Not a good look for someone in marketing who is supposed to represent an inclusive, empowering cosmetics brand. I told HR I had no comment, but wouldn't mind if they wanted copies of the videos for their records. They thanked me professionally. On Friday, she showed up at my work. You got me fired. No, you got yourself fired. Those were private videos from a party with 30 people. That's not private. That's public humiliation. She was crying now. Actual tears, not the manipulation kind. Brian, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I messed up everything. I lost my job, my apartment, my car, your car. I can't afford the lease without you. I felt bad for a moment, then remembered her words. Worthless loser. Sound like a you problem. Update 5. 3 weeks after the party, my life versus hers. I started my own HVAC business. BT Climate Control. The BT stands for better than. But only Trevor knows that. I already have 4 clients from word of mouth. I kept the apartment and redecorated without her live, laugh, love garbage. I'm sleeping better than I have in years and lost 10 pounds from not eating her toxic fancy dinners. Her life via the gossip network. Fired from the cosmetics company for conduct unbecoming. BMW repossessed. Living with her mom and trying to become an influencer. Her Instagram now has 847 followers and features a tearful apology video that got roasted in the comments. Then came the plot twist. Her friend Megan, the one dating the surgeon, DM'd me. Hey, Brian, you probably hate me, but I wanted to say something. After you left that night, we all talked. Natalie spent 2 hours trashing you, but the more she talked, the more we realized you were the one holding her up. She admitted you paid for everything while she spent her salary on clothes and trips. We called her out. She got defensive and nasty with us, too. Called me a gold-digging nurse when I'm actually a pediatric resident. Called Kelly's husband's restaurant overpriced trash. She showed her true colors. You dodged a bullet. I replied, thanks for letting me know. She responded, also, my boyfriend's practice needs a new HVAC system installed. Interested? That job alone would cover 3 months of expenses. Update 6. Last week, 1 month after the party. Everything came to a head. Natalie had been spiraling on social media, posting old couple photos with captions like, remember when you promised forever? And a real man doesn't abandon his family. Family? We didn't have kids, unless she counted her purse collection. On Tuesday, I received a call from an unknown number. Is this Brian? Who's asking? This is James from Miami, the conference guy, the one she shared a room with. I'm listening. Look, man, I just wanted you to know nothing happened in Miami. Okay. No, I mean, she wanted something to happen. She was all over me. Told me you two were basically done, that you were financially abusive and controlling. But when I Googled you to make sure you weren't some psycho who'd come after me, I found her Instagram. You two look happy. I don't mess with taken women. She got mad when I rejected her. That's why she was so mean at her party. Why are you telling me this now? Because she's been calling my company trying to get me fired, claiming I harassed her in Miami. My boss knows it's BS, but I wanted you to know what kind of person she is. I know exactly what kind of person she is. On Wednesday, Natalie sent one last desperate text from her sister's phone. Brian, you hate me, but I need help. Mom's kicking me out. I have nowhere to go. No job, no car, no money. Please, I'll do anything. I'll sign whatever you want. I'll go to therapy. I'll apologize publicly. I'll tell everyone the truth. Just please don't let me end up homeless. I sat on that text for an hour. For years together. Some good times buried under all the bad. Part of me felt guilty. Then I remembered, you're such a worthless loser. I responded, I hear McDonald's is hiring. They don't care about your boyfriend's job title. She shot back, you're cruel. No, I'm just no longer your worthless loser. Good luck, Natalie. Blocked. Final update. It's been 2 months since the party. Time for the last update. I received a call from Diane, Natalie's mom, last week. Brian, I owe you an apology. I wasn't expecting that. Natalie finally told me the truth about the party. About Miami. About how you paid for everything while she saved her money for herself. I raised her better than this, or thought I did. It is what it is, Diane. I kicked her out. She's staying with some high school friend, working at a Mac counter at the mall, still acting like the victim, even though everyone's seen those videos. Why are you telling me this? Because you're a good man. You deserve better. And I wanted you to know that her own mother sees that now. I thanked her and hung up. It felt like closure. My business is thriving. That surgeon's practice job led to 3 more medical buildings. Turns out being a worthless loser who actually shows up and does quality work beats having a fancy title any day. Last weekend, I ran into Kelly and her husband at a restaurant. They invited me to join them. Heard about your business taking off, the husband said. Respect. Starting from scratch takes guts. Kelly added, we all knew Natalie was high maintenance, but we didn't know she was that cruel. You handled it perfectly. I said, I just did what she told me to do. They laughed, and we actually became friends. Funny how that works. The ultimate irony? Natalie is still posting motivational quotes about knowing your worth and not settling for less while working retail and living on someone's couch. Her Instagram bio claims she's a marketing professional and lifestyle influencer. Her last sponsored post was for a teeth whitening scam that got her account flagged. As for me, I just bought a truck for the business. Cash. I hired my first employee, a kid right out of trade school who reminds me of myself before I let someone convince me I was enough. I saw Natalie at a gas station yesterday. She was driving a 2003 Honda Civic with a cracked windshield. She spotted me, started to approach, then noticed a logo on my truck, BT Climate Control. We fixed what's broken. She turned around and left without saying a word. Trevor asked if I regret any of it. Regret what? I replied, she was right. I was a worthless loser, worth less to her than image. Losing her respect because I didn't have a fancy title. But she was wrong about one thing. I did have ambition, just not the kind she could showcase on Instagram. So you're good. Better than good. I'm worth exactly what I always was. A hard-working guy who pays his bills and treats people with respect. Turns out that's worth more than she thought. I received a text from an unknown number this morning. Heard you're doing well. I'm happy for you. I know you'll never forgive me, but I wanted you to know I learned my lesson. I didn't reply. Some lessons have to be learned alone. Besides, I have a business to run. I can't waste time on people who already told me exactly what they think I'm worth. The end.